San Antonio starts right now.
Making headlines this morning, authorities continue to look for a Florida man following the apparent discovery of his girlfriend's body in Wyoming after she disappeared on a cross-country trip.
And back here at home, 76 degrees to start your Monday morning. I just saw Mike's graphics. I saw 100 degrees on the graphic. We're going to check in with Mike Osterhage in just a few moments. Good morning. It is 4:30 this morning, your Monday morning. Thank you so much for starting your day with us. Did you make it outside this weekend? I did. It was hot. Happy Monday, by the way. It was really hot in the afternoon and humid too in the morning. What about you? I watched way too much football. Didn't leave the apartment. So you were in the AC. In the AC all day. That works. I was outside because my husband had a tournament, and it was just very hot out there. That's fair. Get a good tan, though, Mike. Didn't your Nittany Lions win? They did. Nittany Lions won. All the Texas teams won, too. Yeah. It was a good weekend for college football. So, and didn't Dallas last night? Dallas won. How about them Cowboys? We're going to have the highlights. Look at you throwing in teases. Hey, let's talk about it, because I'm trying to avoid the obvious here. So the heat. That's okay. Avoid the 800-pound gorilla in the room, which is called 100. So, yes, indeed. I didn't want you to scare folks. I'll do that for you. We do have lots of clear skies this morning. Going to be a good-looking sunrise. It's warm out there. I mean, mid-upper 70s right now. The average normal low temperature is 69 degrees. We have got a ton of humidity. It has continued to kind of go up. By the way, over the weekend, it was 99 on Saturday, 98 yesterday. And, of course, yes, we are going to be topping that heat index right now. 79 in town, 78 at Canyon Lake. Fall elm, moderate. Same thing with ragweed. Mold is on the low side. This morning, temperatures, they may drop down a few more degrees. I think we continue to drop down a couple of notches here and there. And then after school, 100. Mostly sunny skies. This would not be the latest we've hit 100. That was back in that infamous week of 2005 when we had all those hundreds for a while there. Now, you want a little bit of encouragement? Great way to start off the Monday morning. Dew point temperatures. Okay, this is what's going to be happening. They're going to be dropping like a rock when a front moves through just in time for fall. It is going to be fantastic. We got to grin and bear it, though, for the next couple of days. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Steph, Max. Thank you, Mike. New this morning, 2 people trying to figure out what comes next after they were able to escape a fire that erupted right at their home. So take a look. This was a scene just after 11:30 p.m. last night, the 1100 block of Merida. That is near Southwest 19th Street on the city's west side. Now, firefighters on the scene, they arrived to find the fire, which investigators say was actually started by accident. Now, they tell us a candle caught some clothes on fire. The flames spread quickly inside the home. A mother and daughter able to evacuate, get out safely. Firefighters able to put out the flames quickly. Well, this morning, Border Patrol agents continue to work around the clock, trying to send as many migrants that remain under that Del Rio International Bridge back to Haiti. Nearly 13,000 Haitians remain there as hundreds of agents continue to process them. Sarah Costa joins us live in the studio. And Sarah, we understand that bridge is still shut down. Good morning. Yes, the international bridge at the border in Del Rio has been closed since Friday as the government tries to get control of the situation. Most of the migrants are from Haiti, a country in crisis after a presidential assassination and recent earthquake. Hundreds of additional Border Patrol officers are being sent to Texas as U.S. officials begin a massive effort to send thousands of Haitian migrants who've arrived in Texas back to Haiti. 12,600 migrants are underneath the Del Rio International Bridge, waiting in grueling temperatures and conditions this morning. The first group of migrants seeking asylum under the bridge have arrived back in Haiti, the beginning of what could be the largest expulsion of migrants by the U.S. in decades. According to the Border Patrol Chief Raul Ortiz, 3,300 migrants have already been moved out of Del Rio and hopes to get 3,000 more out by the end of the day. San Antonio has already seen 3 flights depart from our international airport on Sunday, each plane carrying about 145 migrants, the first of which was around 3 o'clock Sunday morning. The Biden administration expects to transfer 3,000 of those migrants away from the bridge by the end of today, saying they'll use a Trump-era health policy which permitted the expulsion of migrants without allowing them to seek asylum. Hundreds of Haitian migrants have been seen crossing back into Mexico to avoid being sent back to Haiti by the U.S. Now, Border Patrol Chief Ortiz says the stopping of the crossings has let them get a good grasp on the situation, and he credits it to the increased effort by officials in Mexico to slow the migrant flow and hopes to have all the migrants processed in a week's time. Thank you, Sarah. Now to a grim discovery in that search for 22-year-old Gabby Petitto. She hasn't been seen since last month during a road trip.
And this morning, her boyfriend is also missing. Andrew Dimbert has more.
This morning, what appears to be a tragic ending in the search for Gabby Petitto. Authorities say a body found in Wyoming is believed to be Petitto, the 22-year-old last seen during a cross-country road trip with her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie.
Human remains were discovered, consistent with the description of Gabby Petitto. Full forensic identification has not been completed to confirm 100% that we found Gabby.
Petitto's family issuing a statement saying they are grieving and thanking law enforcement for their efforts. And Petitto's father tweeting this image with the caption, "She touched the world." According to the FBI, agents found the body while searching campgrounds near Grand Teton National Park. The cause of the death has not been determined. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow.
Brian's stretching, doing some morning yoga.
This is Petitto during happier times, documenting the couple's weeks-long road trip in this van. But later in Utah, police body camera video shows Gabby just days before she was last seen when officers responded to a 911 call. She was crying and said the two had been fighting. Days later, investigators named Laundrie a person of interest in Gabby's disappearance after he drove the van back to his parents' house in Florida without Gabby. Now, investigators are searching for Laundrie at this nature preserve in Florida where he frequently hikes. According to Laundrie's family, they last saw him on Tuesday with a backpack heading to the preserve. In the meantime, a new potential witness is now coming forward. A woman says days after Gabby was last seen in Utah, she and her boyfriend picked up a hitchhiker who they now believe was Brian Laundrie and dropped him off that night.
He got out and, he was thankful and he was kind of in a hurry. So he said he was going to go across the street into the parking lot and find someone else to give him a ride. But when we looked back, 10 or 15 seconds after he got out of the vehicle, he was gone.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
A ruling from the Senate parliamentarian last night will make it more difficult for Democrats to address what they call America's broken immigration system. Democrats asked the parliamentarian if they could include immigration reform as part of the $3.5 trillion reconciliation package, but parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonough ruled that would be too much of an enduring policy change for the reconciliation process. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he is deeply disappointed by the decision, but vows to continue the fight for legal status for migrants. Democrats say they can pursue other strategies in budget reconciliation and are hopeful they can still bring about change.
Well, in Georgetown, just north of Austin, a devastating fire this weekend, killing at least 75 dogs at a dog resort. Take a look. Video shows heavy smoke and flames at the Ponderosa Pet Resort as firefighters arrived to the flames. Now, officials believe the dogs likely died due to smoke inhalation. A memorial held last night. Families and members of the community shedding tears, putting flowers and pictures on the barbed wire fence. Now, Georgetown's fire chief actually says investigators still working to determine the actual cause of the fire. He says not yet known if the sprinkler system was installed or even activated at the resort, but federal, state, and city fire codes do not require those sprinklers based on the use and size of the building. Time now, 4:38, 76 degrees out.
And it was a close one for the Dallas Cowboys, but the team still got a big win. We're going to have some highlights next.
How about them Cowboys? All right, let's take a live look out here at the Alamo City. 76 degrees to start your Monday morning. What is the rest of the day? What does the work week look like? We're going to check in with Mike Osterhage in just a few minutes.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
All right, we've been talking about it throughout the morning. How about them Cowboys on the road? Week 2, opening the season at the Chargers. Welcoming fans to the new $5 billion stadium. This is SoFi Stadium. Take a look. Cowboys start by going 15 plays, taking 7 minutes off the clock, taking the 7-0 lead. Tony Pollard touchdown at halftime, 14-11. Interesting fact, first time that the score ever recorded in NFL history at halftime after 102 seasons. So late in the game, Chargers tying the game, 29-yard field goal. Dallas went 49 yards in 11 plays, just barely into the field goal range. Look at them go, though. Ooh, pick in the end zone. You don't want to see that. But long story short, for the Cowboys, if you were watching, they had a 56-yard field goal as time expired. Cowboys with a huge 2017 victory over Los Angeles Chargers. Dak Prescott, 23-27, 237 yards. Cowboys, they got their first win of the season, despite not having 5 players. Tony Pollard, 109, 13 carries, the third 100-yard game of his career.
We talked about all week long, wanting to finish each drive, wanting to finish the game, wanting to necessarily take it out of the defense's hand. Obviously, going back to last week, we could have finished in the red zone with the touchdowns, and we could have finished that game last week with the touchdown, right? Not settling for a field goal. So we put that on us this week and got the chance to go out there and do that with, 3 minutes or so or something like that on the clock.
To come in here and win this game was important on a number of fronts for us. We needed it, and we needed the confidence that goes with this win. So winning in this league so hard. So I'm just proud of the guys because they're doing everything the right way.
We got to stick together. We got to keep grinding. We got to keep the intensity and the focus up week in and week out, and enjoy this win for a few hours, and then get ready to go get it next weekend.
And speaking of next weekend, Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. That is Monday Night Football, 7:15 at AT&T Stadium. All right, what about our other pro Texas team? Houston Texans on the road taking on Cleveland Browns. Things got off to a rough start. Houston was down 7-0. First fumbled, punt, return, but the Texans straight back. Tyrod Taylor screen pass to new Texans running back Phillip Lindsay. He had the blockers, 22-yard touchdown, tied at 7-all. Fast forward to the fourth, Texans down 10. Rookie Davis Mills finds open Brandon Cooks, 2-yard touchdown, cutting the Browns' lead down to 2, but the Browns put this one away on the ground. Nick Chubb scoring, and then here we go. The quarterback, Baker Mayfield, just walking it in there. Here's your final. Oh, so close, only 10 points, and quarterback goes down, you never know what to expect. Browns win 31-21. Next week, Carolina Panthers will be at NRG Stadium in Houston. That game set for Thursday, 7:20. Time to talk college football. UIW upsetting Texas State in San Marcos Saturday night, 42-34, earning the program's first win over an FBS opponent. Cameron Ward threw for 376 yards, 4 touchdown passes. Cardinals now 2-1. They're going to host McNeese State next Saturday, 11 a.m. Texas State 1-2, moving on to face Eastern Michigan on Saturday at 1 p.m. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention UTSA 3-0. Dominating this weekend, taking on Middle Tennessee, coming out with a big win. So shouts to the hometown UTSA team, too.
Yeah, congrats to UTSA.
Oh, yeah, Roadrunners.
Not bad.
All right, 4:45, 76 degrees out.
Let's look outside with TransGuide right now. You were looking there at Zarzamora off of Highway 90, and there's a look at 281 at Loop 410. Things are looking good so far, but we will be checking in with Stephen Cavazos after the break.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Monday. Not so happy if you were outside this weekend. Probably got a little sunburnt, sweat a little bit. You were outside.
Yeah, it was pretty hot. We found the shade, but even in the shade, it was super hot because we were in the 90s.
All right, but fun fact, Mike, fall starts this week, right?
Yep, officially. Fall starts, and picture behind me is incorrect. Sorry about that. But fall begins officially on Wednesday, and a lot of times the change of weather does not necessarily coincide with what the calendar says. This time around, it is going to. So you're going to love the forecast coming in here over the next couple of days. Well, of course, my little pictures don't show up. Good old Wi-Fi in here. Anyway, 98 high temperature yesterday, 101 in Pleasanton, 105 Cotulla. Normal high right now is right around 89 degrees. So we are almost 10 degrees above normal. Going to be more than that today. 100 for a high temperature later on this afternoon. And that's going to be tying the record high temperature. A lot of triple digits on the map later on today. All around the metropolitan area, and still enough humidity to put those heat index readings up there into the low hundreds. 107 Beeville, 106 is the heat index forecast in Victoria. So it is going to be extremely hot. Now, humidity is high this morning, and we've got a little bit of a heat index. We see it drop down slightly this afternoon, but still enough humidity out there to where we get that heat index. Then going into tomorrow, a lot of humidity in the morning, but watch what happens throughout the day. And that northerly wind, look at that in parts of the hill country with that much drier air moving on in here. That's the front coming in. By Wednesday morning, then we'll have dew points just plummeting down there. So that's going to allow, with clear skies, temperatures to really drop down as we go into Wednesday morning. Now, here's what it looks like as far as forecast today. Really nothing but sunshine out there, and that's going to help to really heat things up. Then throughout the day tomorrow, again, really starting about, say mid-afternoon in the hill country, the front's going to start to work its way down through here, and it should be making it into town. Actually, the wind shift late afternoon, maybe close to dinner time, but a few of those showers and thunderstorms are going to be developing out ahead of it. About a 40% chance for some rain tomorrow, and that's going to extend into the early evening hours, and all that will continue to move on down to the south, and we'll have some beautiful weather in behind that for the first day of fall and the first few days of fall, all the way going into the weekend. Nice cool mornings, seasonable afternoons, and we'll still be up around the upper 80s, close to 90, but with that low humidity, it's going to be much, much more comfortable out there. Not that that's going to be coming in here, but notice how cold enough temperatures in the higher elevations up there in the Rockies. We've got some frozen precipitation up there, but here is the front, and that's what's working its way down in our direction. So it's a great looking forecast around here. It's what we've been waiting for, but boy, I tell you one thing, summer just won't die off, man. It's hanging in there tough. 92 degrees already, about 3 above the average normal high temperature by noon, and then a high temperature today, we get up to 100. Again, that ties the record for this date. Mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow, it is going to be on the breezy side. We'll have more clouds around here. That's going to hold temperatures down a little bit. I'm still going to be up to 97. A few showers and thunderstorms around here. It looks like the front's going to move through, obviously sooner in the hill country. Late afternoon, about dinner time. Wind shifts around. It's going to be breezy tomorrow, breezy on Wednesday. Look at those low temperatures.
Yay! 59?
50s.
Nice.
But you know what? We see the 97, but you know what makes it so much better?
What?
A little fall graphic right there. No. Got the little leaf.
No, what really makes it better is those low temperatures.
And in the hill country, it's going to be even colder.
85 is nice, but when you get down into the 50s, the low temperatures, the mornings are going to be coolish, crisp.
But don't worry. We're back in the 90s for the weekend.
That's okay.
Still, the bottom numbers there. No, hang on. That indicates low humidity.
Okay,
so
that's good.
So it is going to be comfortable. Yes.
All right. Mike Osterhage.
Yep.
Good news all the way around.
Time now, 4:52, 76 degrees out.
Up next, a preview of the new season of Dancing with the Stars, plus Marvel continues to dominate the box office.
Ooh. All right, let's take a look at those Lotto numbers. Pick 3, 611, Fireball 4, Daily 4, 5580, Fireball 5.
Cash 5, 1, 13, 21, 25, 34. Lotto Texas 3, 29, 36, 43, 51, 53. And your Powerball numbers 5, 36, 39, 45, 57. Powerball 11, Power Play 2. Good luck.
Good morning and welcome back. Marvel continuing to dominate at the box office, and Dancing with the Stars back again.
For the latest of what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Is this what you wanted? For the third straight weekend, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is the top film at the box office. The Disney movie, playing only in theaters, earned nearly $22 million in ticket sales.
This macho thing is overrated.
Clint Eastwood's Cry Macho, which debuted in theaters and HBO Max, opened with an estimated $4.5 million in ticket sales to take the number 3 spot behind Disney's Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. Who will win the coveted Mirror Ball Trophy? The 30th season of Dancing with the Stars kicks off tonight on ABC. It's hosted by Tyra Banks, judges Bruno Tonioli, Carrie Ann Inaba, Derek Huff, and Len Goodman. Contestants include Olympic gold medalist Suni Lee, Melanie C, aka Sporty Spice, and actor Brian Austin Green. Happy 75th birthday, Cannes Film Festival. The Movie Fest began on this day in 1946. It was supposed to start in 1939, but was postponed due to World War II. Films screened at the inaugural festival included Billy Wilder's The Lost Weekend and Roberto Rossellini's Open City. And speaking of birthdays, happy birthday, Sophia Loren. The Italian actress is 87. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Lionel Moise, ABC News.
She looks phenomenal for 87.
Yeah, she does. She always does.
Yeah, that's true. All right, time now, 4:57, 76 degrees out.
And still ahead on GMSA, we have the latest on the Biden administration's mission to fly Haitians camped out at the Texas border back to their homeland.
Plus, Harley-Davidson showing off their new electric motorcycle. We're going to tell you when and how you can get one coming up in Tech Bites.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, is your child falling asleep in class? Well, it turns out the coronavirus could be to blame. We're going to have the details.
And taking a live look out at the Roadways, Stephen Cavazos is in the studio. He has everything you need to know before we head out the door.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
The Biden administration deporting thousands of migrants living under a Texas bridge. I'm ABC's Faith Abube with the latest coming up.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City, 76 degrees to start your Monday morning. How hot is it going to get out there? We're going to check in with Mike Osterhage in just a few moments. Good morning. It is Monday, September 20th. Happy Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. You know, it got pretty hot in the afternoon, but it was still nice overall.
That's right. But this week, fall starts.
I'm excited about that. Wednesday, right?
The great thing is, not only does it start on the calendar, it's going to start with the weather, too, because we've got a cold front moving on through here. And I don't know if it's necessarily going to be sweater weather from this one. However, it is going to be a big change in temperatures because, boy, tell you one thing, summer is just, I mean, it's hanging on there as best as possible. 77 degrees right now, nearly 10 degrees above normal. And later on today, yep, we're going to be hitting 100. That would tie the record for this date. And that is more than 10 degrees above its respective normal or average high temperature. The aquifer, yesterday's reading, did go up 0.6 of a foot, and the allergens got a moderate amount of fall elm ragweed out there. Mold is on the low side. So we've got a lot of humidity down here at the surface. We've got a lot of dry air upstairs in the atmosphere, indicated by this darker shade of gray. And that means once the sun comes up, there's going to be a whole bunch of, well, darker shade of gray and even that kind of tannish color. Hardly any moisture loft. There's going to be a whole lot of sunshine today, and that's going to help to really heat things up. So in the shade, 100. Out in the direct sun, it's going to feel even hotter than that because it's just heating you up as well. So mostly clear, warm this morning, mostly sunny. Yep, 100. Like I said, that ties the record for this date. And then tomorrow, we are going to have more clouds around here. Actually, a few clouds will probably start to move in later on tonight. The front's going to be moving through about mid to late afternoon, dinner time, obviously sooner in the hill country. It's going to touch off a few scattered showers and thunderstorms around the area. It's going to be windy in behind that front, and then dry air comes on in here. Great mornings the rest of the week. Very low humidity. Low temperatures going to be on the cool side of things. High temperatures will be right around, say, upper 80s, 90 or so. Plenty of sunshine. And again, did I say low humidity? And also more low humidity the rest of the week. So can't say that enough. That's the word of the day today for the rest of the week, not necessarily today. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos, good morning, sir. Anything going on this Monday?
Hey, good morning, Mike. Well, right now, drivers just have a few things to be on the lookout for, especially if they're going to be heading out in the next few moments. Let's take a closer look at TransGuide, show you how things are shaping up around town. I-35 southbound at Maine, pretty quiet start now that we're getting a few more folks out there on the road, but thankfully there's not too many, and there's not a whole lot of problems, but again, some things are going to want to be on the lookout for. As we bring you here to the map, we see that there's a stall that's reported right there off I-35 southbound, right at Laredo Street. It's not causing any issues right now, but we've been seeing a few stalls that have been popping up and then clearing out. So check those vehicles before hitting the roads. Still trying to get this crash confirmed, though, with our friends over at TransGuide. This is detected right at State Highway 151 westbound at Loop 1604. Earlier, there was a little bit of a buildup when it comes to traffic, but that is because there is construction going on out there at 1604. But as you can see right now, it's still pretty green. That's the dominant color we're seeing on the screen. It does also look like we have another crash that may have just popped up there that we'll be watching very closely. See how that's going to be impacting the morning drive. But thankfully, these inbound times are all green across the board. As we take a look at I-10 coming in from Bernie, it's just 25 minutes to the downtown San Antonio area. We're looking at 25 minutes, also, or 26 coming in from 281 on Bulverde, and 28 coming in from 35 and New Braunfels. Let's take one last look at TransGuide. I-10 east at Loop 410. Just a little bit of folks out there, a little bit busier though here off 35 at Schwab Road. We have some construction to be on the lookout for. That's going to be coming up in the next few minutes. Max, Steph.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, early voting starts today for a special election filling the seat of former state representative Leo Pacheco of San Antonio.
A special election will be held on September 28th to fill the seat of the former state rep, and Sarah Costa joins us live in the studio with what you need to know before you head to the polls. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Well, first you should check if you live in the open seats district. That's District 118, which covers the southern and eastern parts of Bexar County. Pacheco, a Democrat, gave up his seat in Texas legislature last month to take a job at San Antonio College. The district has traditionally been friendly territory for Democrats, though Republicans have set their sights on it as they try to make South Texas a new battleground in 2022. Special elections often have lower turnout, making the outcome harder to forecast and often being advantageous for underdogs. According to the Texas Tribune, Pacheco, who was first elected in 2018, was one of the 7 Democrats who voted in favor of House Bill 1927, allowing permitless carry, for which the Bexar County Democratic Party censored him in May. Now, Pacheco also did not join his fellow House Democrats in Washington, D.C., starting in July to prevent the state House from conducting business during this year's first special session. 5 candidates have filed with the Texas Secretary of State's office for the election. Early voting begins today and ends Friday, September 24th. You can cast a ballot from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. at 5 different locations. Now, on Election Day, that's September 28th, there'll be several more voting locations. You can find the list of candidates, early voting, and Election Day voting sites all right now on KSAT.com. Max and Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. Now to the developing story at the southern border. Hundreds of additional Border Patrol officers now being sent to Del Rio as United States officials, they begin a massive effort trying to send thousands of Haitian migrants back to Haiti.
They've been living in poor conditions, overwhelming border officials say. ABC's Faith Abube has the latest.
This morning, the first group of migrants seeking asylum under a Texas bridge has arrived back in Haiti, the beginning of what could be the largest expulsion of migrants by the U.S. in decades. Video from ABC affiliate WPLG showing planes leaving the airport in Del Rio, Texas, Sunday. On board, some of the estimated 13,000 people living in camps underneath an international bridge nearby.
We've never seen anything like this. This is completely and totally out of the norm of anything that we've ever seen.
Most of the migrants were from Haiti, a country in crisis after a presidential assassination and recent earthquake. The crowds so massive they can be seen in these drone shots. ABC's Kenneth Moten is there.
It's an unprecedented scene here under this Texas bridge. Migrants have started to make makeshift shelters to protect themselves from the scorching heat.
The Biden administration expects to transfer 3,000 of the migrants away from the bridge by the end of today, saying they'll use a Trump-era health policy which permitted the expulsion of migrants without allowing them to seek asylum.
We have authorities by reason of that special circumstance, and we will exercise those authorities.
According to the New York Times, Haitian officials were expressing dismay, asking the U.S. for a humanitarian moratorium on the deportations. But overnight, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas announcing 600 border agents are now heading to Texas. And Mayorkas tweeting, quote, "We have sent a very clear message early on, in light of the fact that we're in the midst of a pandemic, that the border is not open and people should not take the perilous journey here."
Meanwhile, hundreds of Haitian migrants have been seen crossing back into Mexico to avoid being sent back to Haiti by the U.S. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
A San Antonio doctor is admitting to performing an abortion after the state's new abortion law went into effect. This information is coming from Alan Braid, a local OBGYN who wrote about it in the Washington Post this weekend. Texas's abortion law went into effect on September 1st. The bill bans abortions after 6 weeks. In the article, the doctor gives a timeline of when he performed the procedure, saying it was during the woman's first trimester on September 6th. The doctor said in part, quote, "I understand that by providing an abortion beyond the new legal limit, I am taking a personal risk, but it is something I believe in strongly. I have daughters, granddaughters, and nieces. I believe abortion is an essential part of health care. I can't just sit back and watch us return to 1972, end quote. Meanwhile, according to Texas's new law, any citizen could now sue Braid for performing the abortion. If that person wins the case, they could walk away with at least $10,000. The law allows private citizens to sue without having any connection to the abortion.
And time now is 5:09, 76 degrees out.
Apple is releasing a new update for iPhones and iPads today. We're going to tell you about the latest software's newest features.
And next, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk a bit disappointed with President Biden, sharing his feelings on Twitter. We're going to explain why.
And taking a look outside with live cam, we're starting at 76 degrees. Not too bad. If you weren't happy with the 90s over the weekend, just brace for the fall-like weather later in the week. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. Now that a historic mission to space ending in a safe landing and a big payday for an amazing cause.
ABC's Andrea Fujii has the details.
This morning, the SpaceX Inspiration 4 crew, the first all-civilian crew to travel to space, is back on solid ground.
Inspiration 4, on behalf of SpaceX, welcome home to planet Earth.
The crew late Sunday posted this out-of-this-world selfie. Billionaire Jared Isaacman commanded and funded the mission. 29-year-old Haley Arsenault, the youngest American and first pediatric cancer survivor in space. During the flight, the crew spoke with children at St. Jude Children's Hospital, where Arsenault works as a physician's assistant.
Can you take pictures in space?
Great question. We absolutely can take pictures in space, and we've been taking a lot of those pictures.
The mission has now surpassed its goal of raising $200 million for St. Jude's. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk personally donating $50 million of that total. Musk drew attention on social media, mocking President Biden after a Twitter user asked why the president had not congratulated the Inspiration 4 crew. Musk tweeted, "He's still sleeping."
Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Time now is 5:14, 76 degrees out.
And up next, we're going to have a first look at Harley-Davidson's stunning vintage-inspired electric bikes and tell you when they're going to go on sale.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more beginner's yoga. Namaste. Namaste. Surprise parties. Aw, you guys. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks. For free! So I can do more of the things I love. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
In today's Tech Bites, iOS 15 has arrived. Apple's latest operating system for iPhones and iPads offers new features like the ability to FaceTime Android users. There's also focus mode for managing your notifications, and you can store your driver's license in your digital wallet. Amazon has banned more than 600 Chinese brands in a fraud crackdown. The retail giant says the company's violated policies on reviews, saying some were offering rewards for customers who left reviews. A recent study found those reviews tend to be more favorable. Finally, Harley-Davidson is making more of its electronic bicycles. They're similar to the limited edition electric bikes the company released last year. Only 650 of the vintage-inspired motorcycles are being made this year. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
All right, what are your thoughts? Are you going to get it? Only 50 out there.
Only 50?
Only 50.
No, it's okay. How about you?
I'm going to pass. Stephen Cavazos, motorcycle guy?
I mean, I thought they said 650. I could be wrong.
Oh, 650. Okay.
I could be wrong.
Either way.
I could be wrong. However, no, I'm not a motorcycle guy. I like the tricycles. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Scooters were my way of traveling. But if you're going to be traveling out the door here in the next few minutes, some things to be on the lookout for. I-35 at Schwab, a little bit dark out there, but we noticed that traffic was building in this particular area, and that is because some construction was taking place there off I-35 southbound at Schwab Road is where we were seeing that buildup. But as you can see right now, things are looking pretty good. So thankfully that looks like it's clearing out, and hopefully that construction is wrapping up. But more construction down here off I-10 eastbound at Loop 410. What's going on there are some pavement repairs. It's leading to a full closure of the eastbound main lanes from Foster Road to Wood Lake Parkway. So something to be aware of going in. This is going to be lasting for a few days. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be traveling out towards Seguin later this morning. We do still have this stall reported here on our map off I-35 southbound at Laredo Street. Still not causing any issues, but we are still keeping a very close eye on this crash, working with our friends at TransGuide to see exactly what's going on out there at State Highway 151 at Loop 1604. But as you can see, it's shaping up to be a pretty green morning so far, and hopefully it stays that way with that construction ongoing. Hopefully it does not impact that morning drive. But as we take one last look here at TransGuide, I-35 at Schwab, looks like things are moving nice and fine, guys.
Hey, back to the Harley thing. Does it still make the rumble noise?
Oh, I don't think so. It didn't look like...
They didn't talk about that.
I don't think I heard anything.
Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember, though, years ago, Harley, I believe, patented the sound that their motorcycles make, because there was another one that says, no, that's
you
our
need
sound.
the old school sound. But I will say, Stephen Cavazos made a joke about a tricycle. I did see like an electric, intense tricycle on the highway the other day.
They, people, I think, drive them for fun on the weekends. I've
That's
seen
intense.
It too. Yeah.
With the one wheel in front or the two wheels in front?
Yes.
That's really cool. Back, so.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mike's a little dumbfounded over there.
No, hey, look at that sunset over Lake Travis over the weekend. Spectacular. Yeah, it's going to be another beautiful sunset tonight if you're pretty much inside looking out, because, boy, it still stays hot even into the evening hours. This is going to change. We just got to grin and bear it for the next couple of days. Sunrise this morning should be very, very nice. Dew point temperatures, the measure of moisture in the atmosphere, yes, have gone up somewhat from yesterday morning. 3 degrees does not seem like a whole lot, but when you're talking about the dew point, it makes a whole lot of difference. 6 degrees warmer up there in Kerrville. So we've got these dew points well up into the upper 60s and even some low 70s, which means there's a bunch of humidity this morning. Not necessarily steam bath kind of humidity, but you will notice it. So here's what the computer model's looking like today. Nothing. Then tomorrow, we will start to see a few more clouds, and the front's going to be working its way through the hill country starting about mid-afternoon, and it will touch off a couple of showers and thunderstorms as we go into the mid and late afternoon hours, right around dinner time. Timing-wise, it looks like here in town it is going to be about dinner time, obviously, give or take. You'll see the wind shift around. It's going to get breezy. We'll have a couple of showers and thunderstorms, and then some drier air is going to work its way in here in the overnight hours. And it's going to be gorgeous then. Wednesday morning, nice and cool, even cooler going into Thursday morning. We're looking at some upper 50s here in town. And a lot of times, rule of thumb is, in situations like this, maybe 10 degrees cooler in the hill country. So we could be seeing some temperatures down, perhaps even in the upper 40s by Thursday morning, Friday morning in the hill country. The dew points, measure moisture in the atmosphere, again, are going to be not outrageously high, but higher, but then they drop down. I mean, this is classic looking with this front when we get those dew points that are going to be dropping down well into the 30s. They'll sort of moderate a little bit heading in toward the weekend, but still, if you're below 60, well below 60, down in the 40s, it's going to be nice. So coolish mornings, great afternoons. Fall is just around the corner. Summer is not giving up its grip on us, though, because 92 today at noon will already be about 3, almost 4 degrees above the normal high temperature at noon. And then we're going to be getting up to 100. We hit 99 on Saturday, 98 yesterday, 100. That'll be the third time officially this year. Third or fourth time, I believe, but that's going to tie the record for today's date. And then tomorrow, still going to be a hot one. We'll have some more showers around here. High temperatures are going to be hit tomorrow in the hill country early in the afternoon before the front moves through. And then look at those numbers down in the 50s, starting off in the morning, mid to upper 80s. Beautiful.
Fantastic. So you ask and you shall receive. Our producer Hardy just sent us a YouTube clip of the electric Harley.
So you can hear.
There you go. So they do have their own custom noise.
Wonder if it's an electronic noise, though.
Oh, we're going to see Mike Osterhage rolling into GMSA tomorrow.
You can compare the two.
You just got to, it's got to.
Was that good?
Not bad.
Okay. Mike Osterhage, thank you so much. 524, 76 degrees out.
And still ahead in your morning spotlight, why China's film board may ban Marvel's latest superhero movie. Plus, the latest Dune remake is already getting praise overseas.
Good morning, welcome back. Marvel's latest superhero movie may not make it to the big screen in China.
CNN's David Daniel has that and more in the Hollywood Minute.
I thought I could change my name. Start a new life.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is doing big box office in the U.S., but China's film board has not approved it for theaters there, though future releases have received Chinese release dates. Chinese nationalists reportedly have criticized star Simu Liu, who was born in China but grew up in Canada.
The Emperor asks us to bring peace to Arrakis. House Atreides accepts.
One of those future releases is already doing well. Dune debuted in 24 international markets, including Russia, France, Germany, and Italy, and made $36.8 million in its first weekend. The film expands worldwide, including the U.S. and China, on October 22nd.
You know who you are, don't you? Your buddy from Belfast, where everybody knows you.
An Oscar boost for Belfast. Kenneth Branagh's black and white drama based on his childhood in Northern Ireland won the People's Choice Award at this year's Toronto Film Festival. 12 of the last 13 winners went on to receive Academy Award nominations for Best Picture, and 5 of those films won the top Oscar. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, time now, 528, 76 degrees out.
And still ahead on GMSA, the FBI says human remains found in Wyoming are consistent with the description of Gabby Petitto, who disappeared after a cross-country trip with her boyfriend. We're going to have the latest on the case.
Plus, why patients recovering from long hospital stays due to COVID are getting new sticker shock from their hospital bills. We're going to explain.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, we're going to share the story of a young football player who's inspiring her team in more ways than one.
Making headlines this morning, the disappearance of Gabby Petitto. What investigators are saying about human remains now found in Wyoming.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, we're at 76 degrees and we are looking forward to not only the official start of fall, but also fall-like temperatures for San Antonio.
All right, good morning. Happy Monday. It is Monday, September 20th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. We've thrown a lot of terms out this morning. We've said hot and humid.
Yes.
We've also said the possibility of sweater weather.
Yes, all in 1 week. So yesterday
Mike grimaced
was super
while
hot.
he said it, but
yes.
it's so said it.
By Wednesday, we're expecting this, right?
Well, actually, the front's going to move through late tomorrow afternoon, dinner time right in there. As far as weather, for the kids in the mornings in the hill country, latter half of the week, a light little jacket or something like that. You won't need it in the afternoon. It's going to be one of those situations. But, I mean, as far as that, brisk, cold weather, not quite with this one, but still, compared to what we're going to be seeing today and what we have been seeing the past couple of days, this is going to be fantastic. There's no getting around that. Right now, we are starting off with a few clouds out there. As you can see, a couple of lower clouds, 77 degrees. The normal low temperature is 69, so we're way above normal. And humidity has, it's there. 72 is the dew point temperature, which means there's a fair amount of moisture out there, almost on the verge of being like fog up your glasses kind of humidity. Not quite there yet. Fall elm, ragweed are moderate. Mold is on the low side. Throughout the rest of today, looks like we're going to be hitting it. We, like I said, hit 99 on Saturday, 98 yesterday, 100 today. That would tie the record for today's date. Mostly sunny skies. A couple of more clouds move on in here. As far as the humidity, it is going to be really dropping down once that front moves through here. This is just a great graphic to show when you get this really dry air coming on in here. So it's going to be plummeting, and this is going to be the situation starting really, like I said, tomorrow afternoon and then going into Wednesday. Great the latter half of the week. Today, tomorrow, it's going to be hot. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes and how cool it will be in the mornings. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos, what's going on, sir?
Hey, good morning, Mike. And I got my water with me and I'm prepared for all that heat in the next 2 days. Well, let's take a look here at Loop 1604 at State Highway 151. This is where we told you there was a crash detected there on our maps. Just check with the TxDOT website. They have placed that on their page as a stall. As you can see right now, we see some flashing lights, which is a good sign because that means that driver out there is receiving some assistance. As we take a look right now, though, at the map, Traffic is slowly building up there off 1604, getting into these eastbound lanes of 151. Thankfully, it's not causing a big delay right now, but as always, when you see those flashing lights, be sure to move over and slow down. As we take a look, though, we do still see this stall here reported off I-35 southbound at Laredo Street. Not causing any issues there, but it seems to be the trending issue at this hour with a few of these stalls that are popping up, then clearing out. So again, as always, check those vehicles before you hit the highways. You don't want to experience any trouble out there, especially this early in the morning. But things are looking pretty green if you're going to be traveling to San Antonio here in the next few moments. Pretty green from Seguin on I-10 with 28 minutes and 22 coming in from 87 and Lavernia. And we are looking at 28 minutes coming in from Flotusville. Bringing it back here to TransGuide one last time. Again, 1604 at State Highway 151. We have those flashing lights out there. As always, we're going to be watching the roads closely and keep your eyes on the road as well. Guys?
Thank you, Stephen. This morning, the bizarre disappearance of Gabby Petitto now taking some troubling twists and turns. Her fiance also vanishing.
And now the FBI says it has discovered human remains that fit her description. CNN's Britt Conway has the latest on the case.
It started on July 2nd, the trip of a lifetime for Gabby Petitto and her fiance Brian Laundrie, driving to Yellowstone National Park in a converted transit van. But they never made it. Petitto missing for nearly a month. Laundrie returned home without Petitto, but his family says they haven't seen him in nearly a week now. This weekend, as authorities searched for him in Florida, search teams in Wyoming continued to look for Petitto. Sunday, they found something.
Earlier today, human remains were discovered, consistent with the description of Gabby Petitto. Full forensic identification has not been completed to confirm 100% that we found Gabby, but her family has been notified of this discovery.
Petitto was reportedly last seen at this Salt Lake City hotel on August 24th. On September 1st, Laundrie showed up at the home he and Petitto shared with his parents in Florida in her white van. By the 11th, Petitto's parents reported her missing.
2 people went on a trip, 1 person returned, and that person that returned isn't providing us any information.
But on the 14th, Laundrie's parents say he told them he was going to a nature reserve, and they say they haven't seen him since.
He should be leading this charge, and instead he's not. My gut tells me that something bad happened.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Also new this morning, a volcanic eruption in the Canary Islands, southwest of Spain, forcing thousands and thousands of people to evacuate. So the evacuation of 10,000 residents and animals deemed most at risk now underway. Spain's prime minister actually canceling his trip to New York for the UN General Assembly, and he is now in La Palma speaking to authorities about what to do next. La Palma, one of 8 volcanic islands making up Spain's Canary Islands. The last time a volcano erupted on La Palma was in 1971. And it lasted more than 3 weeks.
President Joe Biden goes before the United Nations this week to address the coronavirus pandemic, climate change, and human rights abuses. He will make a pitch for greater global partnership at a time when allies are becoming increasingly skeptical about how much U.S. foreign policy has changed since former President Donald Trump. Biden will address the UN General Assembly tomorrow, hold a virtual COVID-19 summit on Wednesday, and meet with Pacific allies at the White House on Friday. Amid all the diplomacy, allies will be conducting a quiet assessment of Biden, asking if he's lived up to his campaign promise to be a better partner than Trump.
And over there in Australia, police clashing with protesters at an anti-lockdown rally in Melbourne over the weekend. Let's take a look. Police say more than 200 people arrested, 10 police officers injured during this protest. Frustrations rising high after weeks of tough restrictions and lockdowns across the state of Victoria, where Melbourne is the capital. Authorities say restrictions will ease once 70% of eligible residents receive their first COVID vaccine shot. At last check, just about half the population received that first shot. Time now, 5:38, 76 degrees out.
Coming up next, the Bexar County Sheriff reacts to recent crime trends in San Antonio.
And no parties, no get-togethers, no gatherings. Did all this pandemic isolation actually hurt our ability to fight off infections? We're going to explain next.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, we're starting at 76 degrees and we'll probably see the 90s again today. However, we are bracing for some fall-like weather. We'll be right back. And welcome back. It's 5:41. This past weekend alone, the city of San Antonio saw at least 5 confirmed shootings and multiple stabbings. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar joined Leading SA this weekend to discuss current crime trends.
That's right. We talked about a lot. We talked about how we are seeing an increase in violent crimes across our community. We also talked about BCSO deputy recruitment and retention, how law enforcement is working to stop human trafficking and, of course, illegal narcotics in our area. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Border Patrol checkpoints that don't have anybody at them. My understanding is that they've sent all available Border Patrol agents down to the border to process folks, and it's leaving those checkpoints unmanned. The problem there is that the dope dealers know it too. The smugglers know it too. And so they're just running unchecked up into the United States. And so we're working as hard as we can. And we let our organized crime people know. We've got drug interdiction deputies that are out on the highways as we speak. We're trying to stop this flow of illegal substances making it into our country.
And you can watch the entire interview right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. We have our Leading SA segment every Sunday at 8 a.m. where we speak with leaders of our community about timely issues.
Time now is 5:42, 76 degrees out.
And coming up next, what doctors are saying about how COVID-19 affects how your body fights off future infections.
Good morning and welcome back. By the end of the year, hopefully we can say the lockdowns are over. Hopefully we can say we don't need masks anymore. And hopefully COVID quarantine is a thing of the past.
But will all of the social isolation of the past year impact our health? And will our immune systems be weaker? RJ Marcus has the answers.
We all know that in March of 2020, the world changed.
A state of emergency declared.
For the next year, lockdowns, face coverings, and social distancing were the norm. Has all the hand sanitizing and hand washing made us more susceptible to colds and flus and other viruses?
We are in risk if we don't take care about.
We need to get back to a new normal. I think we don't give our immune systems enough credit.
According to MIT Medical, by the time a person reaches adulthood, their immune system has already had exposure to plenty of bacteria and is able to mount an attack against invaders and will not forget how to even during long-term lockdowns. So what about all the hand washing and sanitizing? Recent studies say creating a total sterile environment in our homes is impossible. Microbes are being introduced daily from our bodies, interactions with our family, our pets, and even the food we bring into our homes.
Is it silly? Is it tickle? Yeah.
And what about babies? Experts say breast milk is the key to protecting them from harmful pathogens. Although adults and children's immune system will remember to fight off microbes, there is another piece to the puzzle. According to a new Stanford study, stress can also impact our immune system in the long term. For adults, it was the stress of isolation and the pandemic that is a concern for the immune system. Research is being done to see if the isolation may cause the body's ability to respond to viruses in the future. We also have plenty of other coronavirus information available right now on KSAT.com. RJ Marcus, KSAT 12 News.
In your morning consumer headlines, many coronavirus patients recovering from long hospital stays are surprised to find that the days of full COVID coverage are over. While most large insurance companies waived cost sharing for COVID-19 care in 2020, that is no longer the case in 2021. Now, COVID patients are getting sticker shock, seeing the kind of significant hospital bills typically associated with major health crises like cancer. A Kaiser Family Foundation analysis found that 72% of health insurance plans were no longer waiving out-of-pocket costs for COVID treatment. That means the majority of COVID patients are now responsible for their full deductibles and copays. The study from the end of August indicates the trend is likely to continue, with patients taking on more and more of their treatment costs.
Also in your consumer headlines, natural gas prices already surging. Usually we don't see this until the winter, and we're still months away, obviously, but this type of off-season for natural gas demand, future prices are double what they were 6 months ago. Supplies obviously cut down by shutdowns from Hurricane Ida. And of course, what we saw here in Texas, that February deep freeze. So only time can tell. Speaking of natural gas, our Stephen Cavazos checks on gas prices all the time. They've been up recently.
They have been. Let's go ahead and check with Stephen right now. How are you doing, Stephen?
That's right. They were up last week. I think 319 was the national average that we were seeing here, according to AAA. But, that's something that drivers need to be aware of, especially if they're planning on fueling up for any upcoming road trips. But as we take a look right now at our roads here in town, things are shaping up to look pretty nice. Loop 1604 at Tradesman, pretty dark and lonesome out there. Just a few vehicles getting their day started early with us. And as we take a look at our maps, just a few things to be aware of. As we see here, there is a stall still reported off Loop 1604. Looks like that's in the southbound lanes, but we're seeing more of the impact with traffic building up in the eastbound lanes of State Highway 151. So keep that in mind, especially if you're traveling out there in the next few moments. Taking a wider look at the map, though, it's still pretty green. We haven't spotted any big issues that are going to cause any delays right now, especially if you plan on traveling anywhere anytime soon. But some things that you're going to want to be aware of, some closures. This one we talked about last week on Friday, but it's actually started yesterday. This road construction out towards I-10. It's part of the expansion project over there. And as a reminder, this is just so you can plan for those alternative routes. The closure, this is leading to the closure of the eastbound frontage road at State Highway 46, as well as a closure of Upper Balcones Road at the eastbound frontage road intersection. Again, this is right along I-10. It started yesterday at around 6 in the morning, but should be ongoing for 6 weeks. And so we're just getting started there, guys. Make sure you plan accordingly. But as we take one last look here at TransGuide, this is where that stall was reported, as we just mentioned. They were receiving some assistance out there. So just again, be sure to move over and slow down for those first responders. We're going to be watching these roads closely.
All right. Thank you, Stephen.
All right. Mike Osterhage, with the gas prices, are you going to go with the electric Harley this morning?
So whatever vehicle has air conditioning.
That is true.
That's a good
at
point.
This point.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. It didn't seem like my air conditioning shut off this weekend. So
Ours either.
yeah, it was just up because, I mean, upper 90s most of September, all summer long, it was on the cool side as far as high temperatures were concerned, relatively speaking. And then September, we've had a lot of upper 90s, some triple digits. We're going to be hitting triple digits again today. All right, been seeing it the past couple of evenings. A beautiful, beautiful full moon. Of course, when this picture was taken, it wasn't quite full, but the moon is full today. And this is the special one. Now, the name of it is the full corn moon or the autumn moon, but this is also the harvest moon. And the harvest moon is the full moon that is closest to the autumnal equinox. It can occur in October, depending on when the full moon is, obviously. But of course, the equinox is on Wednesday. So yeah, this is the harvest moon is going to be gorgeous as the sun is going down. The moon's going to be rising in the eastern sky later on this evening. All right, temperatures 75 degrees. 73, hello to 77 at Canyon Lake. The humidity dew point is at 73, which means, yeah, it is on the very muggy side, almost to the kind of fog up your glasses kind of readings there, maybe down around Pleasanton. So as far as the heat index, we don't really have much as of right now, but we will have a little bit of a heat index later on this afternoon. So as far as anything going on today, nothing really but sunshine out there. That's all it's going to be. Now, tomorrow, we're going to be watching the front work its way down from obviously north to south. And by about mid to late afternoon is when it's going to be working its way through the hill country. Obviously, you'll see the wind shift first. High temperatures tomorrow are going to be hit in the early afternoon before that front moves through in the hill country. And then here in town, it's going to make it through about dinner time. We may see a little bit of a wind shift right before that. But again, dinner time, give or take here in town. A couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms along the front, about a 40% chance for some rain. And as the front moves on through, wind's going to be picking up out of the north about 15, 25 miles per hour, gusting on top of that. It's going to stay breezy throughout the day on Wednesday as well. And much, much drier air is going to be coming on in here. So it'll be cool Wednesday morning, and it'll be even cooler Thursday, Friday mornings, because maybe a couple leftover clouds Wednesday morning, but we'll have some clearer skies after that. It's going to be a great latter half of the week. 92, mostly sunny skies today at noon, so we're already well above the normal high temperature at noon. And then we're going to be topping off at 100. That's going to tie the record today with plenty of sunshine. Tomorrow, still going to be hot before that front moves through here, mid and even some upper 90s. And then we'll see a couple of showers, thunderstorms, windy, much drier air comes on in here, mid 60s Wednesday morning, upper 50s. Can I say that again? Upper 50s.
There you go.
Thursday morning, Friday morning, which means low 50s or perhaps even some upper 40s in the hill country.
What a treat.
Yeah.
I think that constitutes sweater weather.
In the
mornings. For the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Dress in layers.
It's one of those, jackets on the kid in the morning. Make sure your name tag's in it because the, stuff in the backpack in the afternoon. So.
Good advice. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Time now, 5:53, 75 degrees out.
And let's take a look at your winning Lotto numbers. We have pick 3, 611, Fireball 4, Daily 4, 5580, Fireball 5.
Your cash 5, 1, 13, 21, 25, 34. Mike, you're staring at this like a hawk. Did you win?
No.
Okay. Lotto Texas 3, 29, 36, 43, 51, 53. And here it is. Powerball 5, 36, 39, 45, 57. Powerball 11, Power Play 2. Good luck. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, an ABC News exclusive. Bob Woodward and Robert Costa on their explosive new book on the final days of the Trump presidency. They're here live this morning. That plus much more, only on GMA. We'll see you soon.
Well, September is Hunger Action Month, and our KSAT community partners hosting a food drive all month long. Now through the end of September, you can drop off donations at Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union locations. They're accepting non-perishables, things like cereal, beans, rice, even diapers and pet food. If you'd like to donate, we have all this information right now. Just head to KSAT.com. Time now is 5:57, 75 degrees out. Still so much more ahead here on GMSA. Apple rolling out with new iPhone software. We're going to take a look at all the new features you need to know about. Plus, how about them Cowboys? How about them Texans? Both in action yesterday. We're going to have some of the top tier highlights. And early voting starts today for a special election, filling the seat of former state representative Leo Pacheco of San Antonio. He now works at San Antonio College. We're going to explain what you need to know before you hit the polls. And of course, a lot of people headed to work this Monday morning. We're going to check in with Stephen Cavazos. Everything you need to know before you head out the door.
This morning, cleanup is underway following a house fire on the west side. We're going to tell you what crews believe may have sparked the fire.
And we have the latest on the situation in Del Rio. Border Patrol agents there sending thousands of migrants back to Haiti.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, we're at 75 degrees, not too bad. However, if you didn't like the heat this weekend, just hold on for some fall-like weather.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts.
Good morning and happy Monday. Thank you so much for starting your day with us. It is September 20th. It is the first week of fall.
Well, it's not today, but yes,
today.
The first week, later in the week, so we just have to brace, for a few more days.
Did you make it outside this weekend?
I did. Maybe a little too much. We were a little burned. My husband had a tournament, and so we were outside. And even though we found shade and had sunscreen and all that good stuff, it was still hot.
Yeah. What about you, Mike Osterhage?
Did a little bit of stuff outside this, but by, early afternoon, it's just like, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's going to be like that again today. So if the kids have anything, any outdoor activities, if you do, lots of shade and lots of water. And as the experts always say, don't wait until you're thirsty. You have to hydrate before you get outside and get thirsty. We're going to have a good looking sunrise this morning, and temperatures in the hill country, everybody's in the 70s right now. Everybody is well above the normal average low temperatures, that being 69 here in town. We're at 70 right now in Rock Springs. And fall elm, ragweed are both on the moderate side. Mold is low. It is going to be a sizzler, scorcher, however you want to describe it today. Temperatures will continue to drop down a couple of degrees in the next few hours and then really start to heat up quickly. We are going to make it up into the upper 80s and low 90s already by noon, and then top off with a record-tying 100 degrees later on today. We were 99 Saturday, 98 yesterday, so pretty much continuation of that. And again, tying that record later on today. However, now tomorrow's still going to be hot, but the front's going to be moving through, and it's pretty much just in time for the first day of fall. We're going to have some nice fall temperatures coming on in here later on in the week. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, the man in the Glen Plaid sport coat.
I like that. That's a good intro, Mike. Thank you so much. And, right now the roads are looking pretty good, especially now at 6 a.m. when we have a few more people that are joining us out here this morning. Loop 410 at Evers, a little bit quiet there at some of these shots. 281 at Hildebrand, a little bit busy, as you can see from this shot at TransGuide. Thankfully, the issues have been pretty minor this morning. We haven't spotted anything that's going to cause huge delays, so great time to head out the door before, grab that cup of coffee, get your morning started. But we do want to bring your attention back here to this stalled vehicle. Unfortunately, it's still out there, and it looks like it is causing a little bit of a buildup there from the southbound lanes of 1604 onto the eastbound lanes of 151. TxDOT does say that this was reported in the westbound lanes of State Highway 151. However, our map is indicating that slow buildup there. So as always, use caution before you drive through areas where there is a stalled vehicle or you see those flashing lights. But taking a look at the map right now, things are still pretty green on the screen. Of course, we'd like to see that, especially as we get to the new week started. And if you're traveling to San Antonio in the next few moments from any of our neighboring communities, good news, it is green across the board. We take a look right now, from Pleasanton on 37th with 28 minutes, 16 minutes coming in from Highway 35 at Lytle, from Lytle that is, and Highway 90, we're looking at just 19 minutes from Castroville. So all pretty normal here in these inbound times. But right now, as we take one last look at TransGuide, pretty quiet in some of these shots again, picking up in some other areas of town. We're going to be watching the roads closely, and as always, be sure to move over and slow down when you see those flashing lights out there, guys. Max stuff.
Thank you, Stephen. This morning, Border Patrol agents continue to work around the clock to send as many migrants that remain under the Del Rio International Bridge back to Haiti. Nearly 3,000 Haitians remain there as hundreds of agents continue to process migrants.
That's right. Sarah Costa joins us live in studio. So, Sarah, with those 13,000 Haitians over there, what is the traffic situation at the bridge?
Well, Max, Stephanie, it remains closed and has been since Friday as the government tries to get control of the situation. Most of the migrants are from Haiti, a country in crisis after a presidential assassination and recent earthquake. Hundreds of additional Border Patrol officers are being sent to Texas as U.S. officials begin a massive effort to send thousands of Haitian migrants who arrived in Texas back to Haiti. 12,600 migrants are underneath the Del Rio International Bridge, waiting in grueling temperatures and conditions this morning. The first group of migrants seeking asylum under the bridge have arrived back in Haiti, the beginning of what could be the largest expulsion of migrants by the U.S. in decades. According to the Border Patrol Chief Raul Ortiz, 3,300 migrants have already been moved out of Del Rio and hopes to get 3,000 more out by the end of the day. San Antonio has already seen 3 flights depart from our international airport on Sunday, each plane carrying about 145 migrants, the first of which was around 3 o'clock Sunday morning. The Biden administration expects to transfer 3,000 of the migrants away from the bridge by the end of today, saying they'll use a Trump-era health policy which permitted the expulsion of migrants without allowing them to seek asylum. Hundreds of Haitian migrants have been seen crossing back into Mexico to avoid being sent back to Haiti by the U.S. Now, Border Patrol Chief Ortiz says the stopping of the crossings has helped them get a good grasp on the situation. He credits it to an effort by the officials in Mexico to slow the migrant flow and hopes to have all the migrants processed in a week's time. Max and Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, investigators say a candle is to blame for sparking a house fire overnight. It happened around 11:30 p.m. in the 1100 block of Merida. That's near Southwest 19th Street on the city's west side. And we're told a candle caught some clothes on fire and the flames quickly spread inside the home. A mother and daughter were able to get out safely, and firefighters were able to quickly put that fire out.
Now to the latest on a story we've been following very closely as a family of a local mother now searching for justice. Now that mother gunned down just as she got off of work last weekend. San Antonio police telling us 50-year-old Maria Calvia, she was found shot and killed in the front yard of a home on Caton Avenue just down the street from where she lived. Her daughter, who asked us not to show her identity, says she is still devastated by the loss of her mother.
I think just like cherish every moment you have with like family, even if it's just like saying I love you, like something little as that. Something as little as that. Like you never know like the big impact because you never really do know what's gonna happen. Like somebody can be here a day and the next just not.
So far, no arrests have been made in this case. If you have any information that can help authorities, you are asked to call 911. Now to a grim discovery in the search for 22-year-old Gabby Petitto. She hasn't been seen since last month. She was last seen on social media during a road trip.
And this morning, her boyfriend is also missing. Andrew Dimbert has more.
This morning, what appears to be a tragic ending in the search for Gabby Petitto. Authorities say a body found in Wyoming is believed to be Petitto, the 22-year-old last seen during a cross-country road trip with her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie.
Human remains were discovered. consistent with the description of Gabby Petitto. Full forensic identification has not been completed to confirm 100% that we found Gabby.
Petitto's family issuing a statement saying they are grieving and thanking law enforcement for their efforts. And Petitto's father tweeting this image with the caption, "She touched the world." According to the FBI, agents found the body while searching campgrounds near Grand Teton National Park. The cause of the death has not been determined. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow.
Brian's stretching, doing some morning yoga.
This is Petitto during happier times, documenting the couple's weeks-long road trip in this van. But later in Utah, police body camera video shows Gabby just days before she was last seen when officers responded to a 911 call. She was crying and said the two had been fighting. Days later, investigators named Laundrie a person of interest in Gabby's disappearance after he drove the van back to his parents' house in Florida without Gabby. Now, investigators are searching for Laundrie at this nature preserve in Florida where he frequently hikes. According to Laundrie's family, they last saw him on Tuesday with a backpack heading to the preserve. In the meantime, a new potential witness is now coming forward. A woman says days after Gabby was last seen in Utah, she and her boyfriend picked up a hitchhiker who they now believe was Brian Laundrie and dropped him off that night.
He got out and, he was thankful and he was kind of in a hurry. So he said he was going to go across the street into the parking lot and find someone else to give him a ride. But when we looked back, 10 or 15 seconds after he got out of the vehicle, he was gone.
Andrew Dimber, ABC News, New York.
And it's back to court for Harvey Weinstein today. The former movie producer and convicted rapist is facing 11 sexual assault charges in Los Angeles involving 5 women over the course of nearly a decade. Last month, the grand jury reinstated one of the sexual assault charges a judge had dismissed. The arraignment is for today, and he's pleaded not guilty to all charges. Weinstein is already serving a 23-year prison sentence in New York after being found guilty last year of sexual assault and rape.
Well, back here at home, early voting starts today for a special election, filling the seat of former state representative Leo Pacheco of San Antonio. Pacheco, a Democrat, gave up his seat in the Texas legislature just last month, taking a job at San Antonio College. So far, 5 candidates filed for the election. District 118 covers the southern and eastern parts of Bexar County. You can cast your ballot from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. And if you don't want to vote early, Election Day set for September 28th. Right now on KSAT.com, we have a list of the locations and we have a list of the candidates, what you need to know so you can cast your ballot. Time now is 6:10, 75 degrees out.
It's an exciting day for Apple users. Still to come, a look at some of the new features that are part of the new operating system.
And just ahead, is your child falling asleep in the classroom? We're going to explain how this could all be related to the pandemic and what you can do about it.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning. Today we're starting at 75. One of these days we may be starting in the 50s.
Whoa.
We're going to be checking in with Mike later on. And welcome back. It's about 6:14. Millions have been affected during this pandemic, and that list includes children in the classroom.
That's right. Health experts say that kids falling asleep in the classroom is related to the pandemic. RJ Marquez explains.
9 to 12 hours. That's how much sleep kids should be getting every day, according to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. And when that doesn't happen, they're much more likely to fall asleep at school the next day. Now, sleeping in class doesn't always mean the student is lazy. They could actually be dealing with something more serious. Researchers say the coronavirus is causing millions of people to feel intense stress and anxiety. Both are known to affect sleep hygiene. Increased screen time for Zoom classes and an overall schedule shift could also be a factor. So what's the solution? For starters, health experts advise teachers to be mindful of what's going on outside of the classroom. The next step would be to open a discussion with a parent and perhaps a school counselor. Another effective step to help remedy classroom sleeping, talk to students one-on-one about what they're feeling. Find out if there's something they're stressing over, and if so, work together to find a solution. RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
And for your consumer news, the iOS 15 has arrived. Apple's latest operating system for iPhones and iPads offers new features like the ability to FaceTime Android users. There's also focus mode for your managing your notifications, and you can store your driver's license in your digital wallet.
I don't know what was going on in the back of that FaceTime. Harley-Davidson making more of its electric bicycles. They're similar to the limited edition electric bikes the company released last year. Only 650 of the vintage-inspired motorcycles are being made this year. And one of our producers, Harvey, actually sent us a YouTube clip of what the engine sounds like.
We heard it. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner. It is so funny. Oh, it's a good-looking bike. It's
a good-looking bike, but you're right. It does sound like a vacuum cleaner. Or the Bat Bike, yeah, like Batman's bike.
In the 60s TV
That's
series.
true. I guess that's you know, a little more fun than a vacuum cleaner.
There you go. Well, speaking of forms of transportation, Stephen Cavazos, what did you think about the electric Harley?
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I definitely, you know, be a cool rider and, you know, and maybe get one. But I'm not a big bike person. I like just my car. I feel safer in a car, personally.
Yeah.
But as always, wear your helmets. That's a big, good advice there. You know, as we take a look here at the roads, though, things are shaping up. Not spotting a lot of bikes out there, but we see plenty of cars. Right now, 1604 at Tradesman, getting a little bit busier now that the morning is shaping up. As we take a look right now at some of these shots, we just want to advise you to be careful because we do have a few things out there to be on the lookout for. A stall still reported here off Loop 1604 at State Highway 151. It's been there for quite a while. We do see that build up there in those southbound lanes of 1604 leading into the eastbound lanes of State Highway 151. So again, check those vehicles before you hit the roadways. Now, as we talk about some of the situations happening, construction that's been going to be ongoing up until September 23rd is right here at the intersection of Loop 1604 at I-10. We see that it's an overnight deal. We're from 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning. Again, this will be ongoing up until September 23rd. So plan accordingly. Traffic is going to be detoured to the frontage road lanes. We do have a crash that looks like it popped up near Woodlawn Lake. It doesn't appear that that's on any of the highways, but we'll be watching it very closely, seeing how that's going to be impacting that morning drive. And Max and Steph, we're just talking about those gas prices. We got them here from a AAA. They're saying right now the average gas price here in Bexar County is $2.65. Around the state, we are looking at $2.80. That national average, though, is up 2 cents in what we saw prior. Now, according to AAA, they say Hurricanes Ida and Nicholas did have an impact on oil and refinery production, so that is why we are seeing a little bit of a jump there in that national average as we just talked about. But one last look here at TransGuide, whether you're heading to the gas station or maybe heading out the door in the next few moments, as always, just be careful and keep both eyes on the roads, guys.
Thank you, Stephen. I need to head to the gas station. It's like getting closer to E already.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Not a good place to
push it just as far as you can.
I try.
I'm one of those too.
My husband doesn't approve, but yeah, I try.
So, Mike Osterhage, are we going to see any rain on the roadways?
This morning, no, not today at all. Tomorrow afternoon, there's going to be a couple of showers and thunderstorms popping up as that front, and it's fun to say that word front. The front moves on through here. This morning, though, there's no fronts. It's just hot out there. Mostly clear skies. Temperatures may drop down a couple of more notches in the next few hours, and then later on today, yep. It looks like we're going to be hitting a lot of triple digits out there. That's going to tie the record out there at the airport of 199 this past Saturday, 98 yesterday. Beautiful out there, though, if you were inside looking out, because it was tough to be outside, just scorching heat, and that will definitely be the case again today. Great looking sunset there at Horseshoe Bay, and sunset and sunrise today are going to be spectacular as well. So again, like I said, yesterday we hit 98 degrees, 99 Gonzales, a lot of triple digits, and even more today. A lot of computer models are saying most folks and in and around the metropolitan area, most areas are going to be hitting triple digit temperatures later on today. And even though the humidity won't be sky high, just enough to add a little insult to injury there and put the heat index right around 102 here in town, 104 Gonzales, 107 in Beeville. As far as like I said, any rain today, nothing out there at all. And tomorrow morning, we'll have a couple of clouds maybe, and then keeping a fair amount of clouds around throughout the rest of the day tomorrow. Also, as we go into the late afternoon hours, the front is going to be working its way on through the area. Obviously, through the hill country first, you'll hit your high temperatures early in the afternoon, and then the front comes on through here. The wind's going to be shifting around. Drier air comes in here. Obviously, a couple of showers and thunderstorms are going to try and develop right along that front, and that will move through town here in about dinner time, late afternoon dinner time. Again, wind shift, and the drier air comes in here as those showers and thunderstorms get pushed on out. We may have a few leftover clouds in behind that, but it is going to be a whole different story then tomorrow night and going into Wednesday. Very, very comfortable, just fantastic out there. And this is again, a pretty good front, obviously, coming in from the northern portion of the country. There's some very cold air behind it. Obviously, we're not going to get that cold. However, we're looking at temperatures that are going to be in the upper 50s here in town by Thursday morning and Friday morning, and we're looking at low 50s, maybe even upper 40s in portions of the hill country to start off the latter portion of the week. 92 degrees today at noon, already above the normal average high temperature, and then 100 for high later on today. Again, that's going to tie the record today. Tomorrow, still going to be hot. Now, of course, you'll hit your high temperature in the hill country early on in the day, but yeah, we're going for mid-90s here in town. Showers, a couple of thunderstorms, about a 40% chance for some rain, and that'll be late in the afternoon and right around dinner time. Fall will feel like fall.
It's so awesome. Crazy how it officially hits fall, and then we see 50s on the screen.
And so many times, calendar and the weather don't match up.
Right, but in this case, it kind of does, and we like that. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. 621, 75 degrees out.
Still ahead on GMSA, the Cowboys and Texans both in action yesterday. We're going to have the highlights from week 2 in the NFL.
Okay, everyone, our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and minerals. Now introducing Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
Everywhere I go, when I put on a show, see me on the screen, they want to be like me.
Wear it your way with a free bracelet from Pandora Jewelry.
We made a promise to our boy Blue that we would make the healthiest foods possible with the finest natural ingredients and real meat first. And that's our promise to you and your dog or cat. Because when you love them like family, you want to feed them like family.
I recommend Nature Made vitamins because I trust their quality. They were the first to be verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
Got your morning sports brief. Cowboys on the road, week 2, welcoming the LA Chargers into their brand new $5 billion, yes, billion with a B, stadium, SoFi Stadium. Mike Osterhage telling me a lot about the stadium, actually. Dallas getting the win, though, 1-1. They win big, 20-17 over the Chargers, a 56-yard field goal to seal it. So they're returning home with a big W, and just in time, because guess what's coming up on Monday Night Football next week? Cowboys hosting division rivals Philadelphia Eagles, primetime Monday Night Football matchup. Kickoff set for 7:15 right there in Dallas, AT&T Stadium. All right, time to talk about our other Texas team. A little bit different story for the Texans. Ooh, their squad taking on the Cleveland Browns on the road yesterday. It was a whirlwind roller coaster. Houston loses this one 31-21. A couple quarterback issues, a couple injuries. So next week, actually this week technically, Thursday Night Football, Carolina Panthers, they're going to be at NRG Stadium taking on the Texans Thursday night, 7:20. So we're already ready. Only 3 days out. I love Thursday Night Football.
Yeah,
personally.
well, hopefully they'll come back better this time around. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Fight them off. All right, time now, 6:26, 75 degrees out.
And still ahead on GMSA, a new twist and a grim discovery made in the search for Gabby Petitto. We're going to have the very latest.
This West Side house is no longer a home. Fire destroyed it. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. Firefighters say it started with one very innocent act. I'll tell you more about it.
The Biden administration deporting thousands of migrants living under a Texas bridge. I'm ABC's Faith Abube with the latest coming up.
And back here at home, taking a live look out at the Alamo City. 75 degrees to start your Monday morning. What is the rest of the day? What does the work week look like? How hot is it going to get? We're going to check in with Mike Osterhage in just a moment.
Hi, good morning. Happy Monday. It is September 20th. Thanks for joining us. And we are looking forward to cooler weather.
We just got to get through today.
Yeah, of course. But I'm already looking forward to the end of the week.
I'm going to give people an inside info here. It's going to be hot today, but you say we could see 50s later this week.
Yeah, starting off in the morning low temperatures, not in the afternoon. But yeah, we got to make it through today first, because September, I mean, after all summer long being pretty much below normal, didn't hit 100. We had all those below normal high temperatures for the longest time. September, it's been mid and upper 90s. It seems like just about every day. That was the case over the weekend. That's going to be the case today. As a matter of fact, it looks like we're going to be tying a record today. 76 right now, dew points at 72. So yeah, there's enough humidity out there to where you do notice it. And throughout the rest of today, it's going to be, did we mention it's going to be a scorcher? Temperatures all around the metropolitan area are in the mid 70s. The normal low at the airport is 69. So we're about 7 above that. Fall elm and ragweed are both on the moderate side. Low amount of mold out there. Mostly clear, very warm this morning. Later on today, going for 100, and that would tie the record. Mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow's still going to be hot, but the front's going to move through during the afternoon hours, obviously sooner in the hill country. Wind's going to be shifting around. Drier air is going to come on in here, and it's going to touch off a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms along that front. Here in town, it's going to be about dinner time, give or take. And then, yes, the rest of the week is going to be fantastic. Low temperatures in the mornings, upper 50s here in town, low 50s, maybe even upper 40s in the hill country toward the end of the week. Low humidity, really, really nice. We just got to make it through today and first part of the day tomorrow. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos. Anything big going on out there?
I would say the roads have been pretty good this morning, Mike. Some of these shots in TransGuide show pretty busy starts as we're inching closer to that morning rush. It's a very prime example here, 37 at Southeast Military. A lot more folks getting out on the roadways this morning. Now that, again, we are inching closer to 7 a.m. But as we take a look at our map, some progress, though. We did have that stall off Loop 1604 at State Highway 151 westbound that was causing some sort of buildup there, but right now looks like our map has since cleared that out. But spotting a few issues around that area. There is a crash that was detected just off of State Highway 151 here at Westover Hills Boulevard, right at Rogers Road. Looks like it threw in another T there, but just be cautious when you see those flashing lights out there. I haven't seen anything on the TxDOT website just yet, but another stall detected here off Loop 410 eastbound at Callahan Road. Again, the stall seemed to be the trending issue this morning. That's what we seem to be spotting more of. Another crash that we told you about a little bit earlier is detected just off of I-10 here at Cincinnati Avenue at Joanne Street. Now, these crashes, again, have not been picked up by the TxDOT website, but they are showing on our map, so we want you to be aware of that, especially if you're heading out the door in the next few moments. But right now, these inbound times are looking pretty green across the board, with the exception of Lavernia here with about 24 minutes. We tend to see that yellow pop up around this time, especially, again, as we're getting closer to that morning rush. But as we take one last look around town, things are shaping up to be pretty good so far, but we're going to be watching the roads closely, and as always, keep your eyes on the road as well. Guys?
Thank you, Stephen. A mother and daughter waking up this morning in unusual surroundings. Fire drove them from their west side home late last night. Firefighters tried to save the house. This is all happening in the 1100 block of Merida, but that home was destroyed.
Katrina Weber is there with a live report. And Katrina, you say they're blaming a common household item.
That's right. Firefighters tell us it was a candle that ignited some clothing, and then the fire quickly spread. Now, thankfully, the mother and daughter who lived here were able to get out just as quickly. They were not seriously injured. Now, firefighters got the call here to Merida Street around 11:30 last night and put out the flames. But again, the fire did extensive damage to the home. Paramedics did have to check out the daughter here at the scene for possible smoke inhalation, but she did not have to go to a hospital. Based on the damage that we can see here, it doesn't appear that they will be able to move back in here anytime soon. Reporting live from the west side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thanks, Katrina. Also new this morning, we are getting new details in a disturbing case that we're following. A mother charged in the death of her 5-year-old son has been brought back to San Antonio. So this is 25-year-old Nicole Christina Aguilar. According to records, her mother claims the boy died at a Northeast Side hotel back in July. Instead of reporting her son's death to authorities in San Antonio, Aguilar and her boyfriend drove to Colorado with the body and camped near the Rocky Mountain State Park, and that's where the couple buried the boy's body, then drove to Mexico and eventually Costa Rica. Last month, the boy's remains were found at the bottom of a ravine in Colorado. The couple had been in custody in Florida. Now Aguilar is back in San Antonio to face charges. Her boyfriend was brought back to San Antonio last week. We also have learned the man who inspired the movie Hotel Rwanda has been convicted of terrorism by a court in Rwanda. Paul Rusesabagina has family here in San Antonio, and we've been following his trial closely. Today, he boycotted the announcement, saying he didn't expect justice in a trial he called a sham. His family alleges he was kidnapped and taken to Rwanda against his will. They also have said that he did not have a fair trial. In the Oscar-nominated movie Hotel Rwanda, actor Don Cheadle portrayed the hotel manager who managed to protect more than 1,000 people looking for help.
Now to the latest in the disappearance of Gabby Petitto. The FBI discovering human remains that actually fit Petitto's description. An autopsy expected to be done tomorrow to confirm the identity and the cause of death. It is a story that has sparked a firestorm on social media this morning. The search actually continues for Petitto's boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, who has vanished. He is a person of interest in the case. Over the weekend, crews searching a wildlife area near Florida's Gulf Coast.
He should be leading this charge. And instead, he's not. My gut tells me that something bad happened.
The couple left in July on a cross-country trip in a van to visit national parks. Police say Brian Laundrie, the boyfriend, was alone when he drove the van back to Florida on September 1st. Look for the latest on this story next on Good Morning America. Now to the developing story at the southern border. Hundreds of additional Border Patrol officers being sent to Del Rio as U.S. officials begin a massive effort to send thousands of Haitian migrants back to Haiti.
They've been living in poor conditions, overwhelming border officials. ABC's Faith Abube has the latest.
This morning, the first group of migrants seeking asylum under a Texas bridge has arrived back in Haiti, the beginning of what could be the largest expulsion of migrants by the U.S. in decades. Video from ABC affiliate WPLG showing planes leaving the airport in Del Rio, Texas Sunday. On board, some of the estimated 13,000 people living in camps underneath an international bridge nearby.
We've never seen anything like this. This is completely and totally out of the norm of anything that we've ever seen.
Most of the migrants were from Haiti, a country in crisis after a presidential assassination and recent earthquake. The crowds so massive they can be seen in these drone shots. ABC's Kenneth Moten is there.
It's an unprecedented scene here under this Texas bridge. Migrants have started to make makeshift shelters to protect themselves from the scorching heat.
The Biden administration expects to transfer 3,000 of the migrants away from the bridge by the end of today, saying they'll use a Trump-era health policy which permitted the expulsion of migrants without allowing them to seek asylum.
We have authorities by reason of that special circumstance, and we will exercise those authorities.
According to the New York Times, Haitian officials were expressing dismay, asking the U.S. for a humanitarian moratorium on the deportations. But overnight, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas announcing 600 border agents are now heading to Texas. And Mayorkas tweeting, quote, "We have sent a very clear message early on, in light of the fact that we're in the midst of a pandemic, that the border is not open and people should not take the perilous journey here."
Meanwhile, hundreds of Haitian migrants have been seen crossing back into Mexico to avoid being sent back to Haiti by the U.S. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
And back here at home, early voting starts today for a special election to fill the seat of former state representative Leo Pacheco of San Antonio.
A special election will be held on September 28th to fill the seat of that former state rep. And Sarah Costa is live in the studio with what you need to know before you head to the polls. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, good morning, guys. First, you should check if you live in the open seats district. That's District 118, which covers the southern and eastern parts of Bexar County. Pacheco, a Democrat, gave up his seat in the Texas legislature last month to take a job at San Antonio College. The district has traditionally been friendly territory for Democrats, though Republicans have set their sights on it as they try to make South Texas a new battleground in 2022. Special elections often have lower turnout, making the outcome harder to forecast and often being advantageous for underdogs. According to the Texas Tribune, Pacheco, who was first elected in 2018, was one of the 7 Democrats who voted in favor of House Bill 1927, allowing permitless carry, for which the Bexar County Democratic Party censored him in May. So Pacheco also did not join his fellow House Democrats in Washington, D.C., starting in July to prevent the state House from conducting business during this year's first special session. Now, 5 candidates have filed with the Texas Secretary of State's office for this election. Early voting starts today and ends on Friday, September 24th. You can cast a ballot from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. at 5 different locations. On Election Day, September 28th, there will be several more voting locations. You can find the list of candidates, early voting, and Election Day voting locations all right now on KSAT.com. Max.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, this past weekend alone, the city of San Antonio saw at least 5 confirmed shootings and multiple stabbings. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar actually joined us on Leading SA yesterday morning. We discussed current crime trends. We also talked about how we are seeing an increase in violent crimes across our community. We talked about BCSO deputy recruitment and retention and how local law enforcement is working to stop human trafficking and illegal narcotics. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Border Patrol checkpoints that don't have anybody at them. My understanding is that they've sent all available Border Patrol agents down to the border to process folks, and it's leaving those checkpoints unmanned. The problem there is that the dope dealers know it too. The smugglers know it too. And so they're just running unchecked up into the United States. And so we're working as hard as we can. We let our organized crime people know. We've got drug interdiction deputies that are out on the highways as we speak. We're trying to stop this flow of illegal substances making it into our country.
And that was just a part of our conversation. You can watch the entire interview right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. We have our Leading SA segment every Sunday at 8 a.m. We speak to leaders of our community about timely issues.
And just into our newsroom, Pfizer says its COVID-19 vaccine works for children ages 5 to 11 and will now be looking for authorization for this age group. Doctors say it's a key step to vaccinating kids, and the vaccine made by Pfizer is already available for anyone 12 and older. But with kids now back in school and the Delta variant causing a huge jump in pediatric infections, many parents are anxiously awaiting vaccinations for their younger children. We will continue to follow this late-breaking story.
And a reminder, there is a vaccine clinic today at Care Zone South San ISD. That is 2707 West Gerald Avenue. That vaccine clinic will be open from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. The clinic offering Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson shots. Time now is 6:42, 75 degrees out.
And still ahead on GMSA, we're going to share the story of a local football player and her triumph over tragedy. And welcome back. It's about 6:46. The Lozoya Middle School football team has rallied around one of their best players after her mother unexpectedly passed away.
This really is an amazing story. RJ Marquez shares the quarterback story of perseverance.
From an early age, Lozoya Middle School 8th grader Perseas Ortiz knew she wanted to play football.
I just fell in love with it when I started playing it. It was something that big that came up to me.
When Ortiz steps on the field, her competitive spirit shines. Her coach says Perseas is one of Lozoya's best players.
She might be a girl, but she could really hit hard.
Perseas says it's still a surprise to some that she competes at this level with the boys.
Really, you play football? And I'm like, yes. It's kind of funny because they don't think I'm actually telling the truth.
And while she loves playing defense, she also plays some offense, including a little bit of quarterback. Cheering her along the way for years was her biggest fan, her mother, Virginia Ortiz.
She wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to make it on the first game to see, just because of how big the boys were. When I made my first touchdown, to see her reaction was everything. And even to her, to see my first touchdown was everything to her too.
But tragedy hit Perseas and her family before the season. Her mom was not vaccinated and passed away because of complications with COVID.
My mom was everything to me. She was there even in the unexpected. She was there for me for almost every game that I had.
When the team learned of her mom's passing, the coaches, players, and Southside community rallied around Perseas. They weren't sure that she was going to show up to practice, but she did, like she's always done before.
For a young girl like her to go through something like that at this young age, it's very sad, and the whole community has embraced her. The team has embraced her.
And her family and friends continue to cheer from the stands.
It's hard, very hard for her, but we pray every night, and I tell her that things are going to be fine because I'm here, her uncle's here, her brother is here, her padrinos are here.
Perseas wants to continue to play football when she becomes a freshman at Southside, with her mother as her inspiration to keep playing the game she loves.
I know even though she's gone, I know she still wouldn't wanted to have me play.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
What a great story. Thank you so much, RJ. Well, let's take a look at our roads right now. We got some flashing lights there at Loop 410 at Starcrest. Unfortunately, another stalled vehicle here. We got a close-up shot thanks to our friends over at TransGuide. Taking you to our map, that is at Loop 410 eastbound again, right at Starcrest. Been seeing a little bit of a buildup there on those eastbound lanes, but thankfully that is since clearing up. But still, as always, check those vehicles because we still have this other stall off Loop 410 eastbound at Callahan. That does seem to be the trending issue right now. And just as a quick reminder here, if you experience any trouble on the highways, TxDOT does have their Hero program. Now, at least they do offer adding gasoline and water to any stranded motorists, performing minor vehicle repairs, and even jump-starting batteries. Keep in mind, you must be stranded on a highway to receive that assistance. Their number 210-732-HERO. Taking one last look at TransGuide, I think Mike actually has something really cool to talk about. Emphasis on the cool.
It's a day of the full moon, the harvest moon, and this is a great picture as the sun is setting. Look in the opposite direction. You can do that tonight, and the moon is going to be rising. Gorgeous out there, and good looking sunrise as well. Got a few clouds off to the east, obviously, but lots of clear skies. Other than that, we're going to see plenty of sunshine throughout the day. Yep, we are looking at 100 for a high temperature today, and that's going to be the situation all around. I mean, Von Ormy, Lackland forecast 101, 103, Losoya, and of course, heat index readings well up into the low hundreds. And the Weather Service did send out in a statement just saying, yes, we're going to have those very high heat index readings, and you've got to really take it easy today, especially if you're in the sun. You know, there's a lot of outdoor practices this afternoon, lots and lots of water, as much shade as possible. It's going to, well, we'll see somewhat of a drop in the humidity, but we'll still have enough out there to give us that heat index. Tomorrow, humidity comes back up in the morning, but then by the afternoon, there's the front moving on through. Look at the dry air coming into the hill country, and that will continue to push its way in here overnight into Wednesday morning. It is going to feel fantastic when you wake up Wednesday morning, even by tomorrow evening, especially up in portions of the hill country. And as the front comes on through tomorrow, we are going to start to see a couple of showers and thunderstorms, and this will be about mid-afternoon. That line is going to try to develop and will continue to work its way down to the south and to the southeast, coming through town about, say, dinner time, give or take, and then continue to work its way down to the southeast. Like I said, in behind it, very pleasant conditions, much drier air, and that's going to be sticking around throughout the rest of the week. 92 at noon today, so already above the normal average high temperature, which is 89 right now. Then we're going to be topping off with record-tying 100, mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow, we are going to have a couple of showers, thunderstorms in the afternoon as the front moves on through here. Windy conditions behind that front, much drier air, breezy on Wednesday. It's going to be fantastic on Wednesday and really the rest of the week. Very cool mornings, nice afternoons.
Perfect running weather.
Yes.
Yes, and just being outside in general.
Really nice in the mornings.
All right.
Can't wait.
Mike Osterhage with the good news in the morning.
Yes.
I know, this is nice.
Thank you, Mike. 6:51, 75 degrees out.
And did you know that 1 in 8 couples experience fertility issues? Tomorrow on GMSA, we're going to tell you what you can do to treat infertility.
And taking a quick live look out at the Alamo City. Look at that gorgeous shot of the sunrise. It's going to be a good week. I can feel it.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. Taking a look at TransGuide right now. We do have some stalled vehicles to let you know of before you hit the roads. Loop 410 at Starcrest. We do have some flashing lights out there. Bringing you to the map. That's right there in those eastbound lanes of 410 at Starcrest Drive, and it looks like that issue continues over here off Loop 410 eastbound at Callahan Drive. Overall, it has been a morning of stalls, but thankfully these inbound times are green across the board. As always, just check those vehicles before hitting the roadways. Let's go ahead and check in with Mike Osterhage. He's got your forecast.
Sunglasses and lots of water. Lots of air conditioning. Beautiful start this morning. Temperatures are in the mid-70s right now, low to mid-70s around much of the area. Enough humidity out there. We're going to be tying the record of 100 later on today. Tomorrow, it's still going to be on the hot side, but that front moves through later on in the day. A couple of showers and thunderstorms, breezy conditions, much drier air, and then the rest of the week is going to be fantastic. Low temperatures down in the upper 50s here in town, which means low 50s, maybe even a couple of upper 40s in the hill country in the latter half of the week. High temperatures will be right around upper 80s, close to 90s, so not bad, but low humidity, so it's going to be really comfortable. But yes, fall is just around the corner. Try and survive today.
We're very excited about that. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you back here, 9 a.m.
Have a great day.